Oh, isn't it lovely to have a tomato that actually tastes like a tomato?
Oh, isn't it?
Oh, yes.
Sorry, what?
Well, you know, it actually tastes tomatoey rather than just like a supermarket tomato.
What does a supermarket tomato taste like?
Well, they don't taste of anything, really, do they?
No, no.
I think they taste of tomato. To me, they taste of tomato. Is that wrong?
Oh, how can you say that when you've tasted these ones? I mean, you just couldn't get that from a mass-produced tomato.
You could eat two, or put some ketchup on it, and then buy a couple of Mars bars, and it would still be cheaper.
Oh, don't get me started on chocolate. I mean, it's got to be 70% cocoa solids or more.
Oh, of course.
I prefer dairy milk.
Oh, you can't. I mean, you can't really. Not really.
I find posh chocolate quite bitter.
You mean rich?
No, I definitely mean bitter. Whereas I always think dairy milk is really nice.
Oh, come on. It's just fat and sugar.
Oh, that'll be why then.
But it doesn't really taste of anything, does it? I mean, certainly not of chocolate.
I think it tastes of something, and I was always told it was chocolate. So I thought what it tasted of was most likely to be chocolate. But maybe you're right, and actually what chocolate is that bitter thing I don't like.
I say again, Rick, it's just fat and sugar.
But aren't nearly all the nicest things fat and sugar? That tiramisu you made, Simon, that was sort of sugary fat, and that was lovely.
It was a great deal more natural. That was organic mascarpone from the farmer's market.
I just look around me at the people buying stock cubes or Starbucks coffee, and I just think, you have never tasted food, and yet you're so fat in so many cases. Isn't that an awful thing to say?
Sorry, Helen, I think you said Starbucks coffee by mistake. I think what you mean is hot, foamy milk.
It is. It's just milk.
I'd be willing to bet there's coffee in it. I think it's like coffee. I think they do coffees there.
Rick, can I have a private word? Listen, mate, I know where you're coming from, but have you stopped to think whether there is any point in not saying that Starbucks or Costa Coffee or whatever is rubbish? I mean, you can still buy it, because obviously it's fine. We all know that, really. But conversationally, you're onto a real loser here. Just pretty much every coffee you get, you can never look worse for saying it doesn't taste of coffee.
It's just that I really think that normal food is fine.
Yes, well, obviously normal food is fine, but it's incredibly unfashionable. And looking like you've got the most refined palate in the world is just a question of turning your nose up at pretty much everything. It's easy. You should try it. It creates conversation. It's a darn sight quicker than getting a master's degree.
That's a good point.
You've got to stay ahead of the game. A taxi driver mentioned Prosecco to me the other day, so that's out. Bit of a shame, but there we go. Do you think you've got it?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, okay.
More Evian, Rick.
Thanks. Oh, isn't it lovely to have water that really tastes of water?
Attaboy.